Hi, it's Cade Courtley, former Navy SEAL platoon commander and author of the SEAL Survival Guide for Forward Patriots. Now, in honor of National Preparedness Month, I put together a quick series of videos to keep you safe and prepared in the face of a dangerous emergency in your home. Now, you can't be too careful, folks. Having a plan before danger strikes can make all the difference between being a survivor or a statistic. Now, as you can see, we're at an apartment here. But no matter where you live, it's best to pay close attention for the next few minutes. And be sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel so you'll get notifications for the rest of the series. Then you'll know exactly what to do and how to survive in a fire, tornado, or earthquake. Let's start with a sadly all too common emergency in your home, a fire. Each year, there are over 350,000 house fires in the United States. And thousands of people are seriously injured or lose their lives as a result. But many of these tragedies can be prevented with some advanced preparation and planning. More than 8 out of 10 fires are caused by unattended cooking, space heaters, cigarettes, or candles. So clearly, prevention is a major cure for this one. Don't ever leave heat or flame sources burning without care. It only takes a few seconds for that candlelit glow to turn into a raging inferno. Now, this is especially true around curious kids or pets. Now, most fire-related deaths and injuries come from smoke and fumes versus the flames themselves. So we'll definitely cover how to avoid them if you find yourself in the middle of a fire. Now, if you live in an apartment or work in an office, note the exact location of the nearest 2 fire exits. Find the closest way out and practice getting there as if you were blindfolded. Now, in a smoky environment, you may be crawling and your vision could be obstructed. The more you can commit this to muscle memory, the better prepared you'll be. Be sure to practice your escape route with all members of your family. Now, don't scare your family. Make it a fun event that you all do on a weekend. Now, if everyone's prepared, there's less chance of panic. And have a designated meetup point so everyone is accounted for immediately. This is a great opportunity to get to know your neighbors and let them meet your family if they are the first to arrive. I know you know this, but let me remind you, never use an elevator. An elevator is a virtual wind tunnel for fire to move between floors, not the place you want to be stuck in. Install and check smoke alarms regularly as well as carbon monoxide detector. A good practice is to schedule these checks the same time every year, like when the clocks change in the spring and fall. Now, this is especially important if you're a renter, because you never know how up-to-date and functional your smoke alarms or carbon monoxide detectors are if you're not the one responsible for them. Also, if you're a renter, make sure you know the building you live in thoroughly, and if you find any dangers and flaws, contact your landlord immediately. Locked escape routes, they do happen, and it's better to be the politely persistent renter who's living in a safe environment versus the latest temporary tenant in the morgue. Be sure to have a fire extinguisher or fire blanket on hand, and with fire extinguishers, definitely check their expiration. Keep extinguishers in areas with known fire hazards, like the kitchen, but not in the cabinetry, which could end up in flames. If a fire breaks out in your house, attempt to extinguish it with the fire extinguisher first. I mean, you could use water to contain a fire, but don't ever spray water on fires caused by grease or electrical issues. As a final attempt to put out the fire, a non-flammable blanket or non-synthetic coat can be used to cover it. But be careful, don't fuel the flames with gusts of air by beating at the flame. If you can safely drape something over the source of the fire, it may choke it out before it gets out of hand. If a fire is beyond any reasonable attempt at control, it's time to get out now. Remember, most people die in fires because of smoke and fumes. It can happen fast, so don't be a hero. If it's time to evacuate, be sure to close doors when leaving rooms to slow the fire spread. Stay low and as close to the floor as possible. Heat and smoke rises, so the air will be much safer the lower to the ground you are. And do your very best to alert your neighbors to the situation. Cover your nose and mouth with a moist cloth to further protect yourself during your escape. If your planned escape route is not an option, like the hallway of your apartment is engulfed in flames, it's time to get creative. Stuff a wet towel under the door to prevent more smoke from entering your home. In a case like this, your balcony or window may be your only option. If possible, make your way outside to become visible for first responders. If you can't wait for help, it might be time to escape out the window. Rope ladders are a great option, but if you don't have one, tying bed sheets together and securing them to a solid object will work in a pinch. If your windows don't open fully, smash the glass in the center with an object and cover any jagged ends with a towel or blankets. Now, as a last resort, if you must jump, use a parachute landing fall or PLF. Brace yourself as far as possible by holding onto the window frame or your makeshift rope. Keep your knees slightly bent, keep your knees and feet together. When you let go, bring your hands in front of your face with both fists close to your face. Roll sideways like a banana when you land, which spreads the impact throughout your body. Obviously, jumping is a last resort, but I can tell you from experience, with a bad parachute, a PLF landing will soften your impact and help you walk away or limp away from the danger. Okay, that's all the time I have for now. Be sure to like and subscribe so you can get the rest of this apartment safety series during National Preparedness Month. So you will be a survivor, not a statistic.